Hello and welcome to a Sunday Reflection. My name is Paul Harvey and this is Life, Passion and Business. We're about helping you explore, finding your passion for life and the work that you do. But it's so much more than that. It's about finding clues to the big life questions. What does it mean to be successful? What is the meaning of life? If you're looking for more, then join me on this journey where together we will discover through interviews, tools and tips how to live life full of meaning, passion and purpose. Hello and welcome to a reflection. So today I want to talk about belief. I do like a good box set on Netflix, and my wife and I over the last few weeks have been watching Messiah, the story of a man who kind of says he is, and the world starts to follow him. And it's a really interesting story to watch because it does actually open that question: what would happen if someone calling themselves Messiah and doing things that looked like they were appeared on the scene? How would governments, our systems, our media react to the true discovery of divinity? That is a real conversation to consider. Sadly, the series won't go any further. I think Netflix got quite a bit of flack over that series, and so they've cancelled season 2. But it did use some interesting things about that series. The principal character believed he was the Messiah, and it used that quote from Oprah Winfrey, which is, "You become what you believe." And why that is so fascinating, really, because that is such a common thread that comes through in all of the podcasts. Many of my guests who are in dire situations, who are in need or in physical pain or mental pain, quite often it is the changes in their mindset, their ability to believe that there is more for them, that allows them the possibility of change. So Nate Rifkin, who was last week's guest, he had an awful, terrible self-worth problem to the point where he cared so little about himself that he had contemplated suicide on numerous occasions. And it was meditation for him that started to show him a light at the end of the tunnel, a possibility. And he chose to believe in that and believe that he could be better because he was starting to feel better. And that led him out of the hole that he was in. And 6 years on, he's a published author, a successful writer, and studying for the Taoist priesthood. And interesting enough, my guest on this week's show, who is Rich Morley, developed fibromyalgia when he was in his early teens. And if you don't know anything about fibro, it is a debilitating condition which basically just stops muscles and nerves working properly. And up until the age of 30, he was pretty much a disabled man and medically retired and told he had to settle down and live a life of disability. Well, he discovered Tai Chi, and through Tai Chi, he healed himself. It's a podcast worth listening to. Do check it out. It drops on Wednesday evening. Do check it out. But let's come back to this whole idea of belief and the power of it. So why is it such a powerful tool? It is part of the process of manifestation. Manifestation is a belief. So is affirmation. The trick with affirmations is to keep saying the affirmation, keep writing the affirmation, to encourage your mind, to encourage you to believe and act like it. So that as you believe it, so it comes true, because you make it come true. It is amazing how powerful we are when we choose to be, when we make the decision to do something. And we go through the failures to get there. Now, it's true. There are some things you can believe you can do that you will not happen. You're not going to learn. You're not going to fly by flapping your wings if you believe, flapping your arms, should I say, if you think you are. there are some things that are not quite true. But with the right technology, flight suits, you can fly by flapping your wings. It's not impossible. Someone actually invented the way of doing it. By combining your belief in something and combining the best opportunities around you, that's how you get what you want, how you move forward. But that's belief in something physical. What I'm thinking about is just belief in change, belief in that life can get better. The simplest stuff sometimes is the most difficult. Because, a flight suit is, if I believe I can fly in a flight suit, it is doable, isn't it? Because physics will let you do it. When I'm trying to believe in the intangible, I often use physical descriptions in this one, and I often use my own experience with running. So my belief gap at the moment is running a marathon. And there is no doubt in my current condition, I could probably walk a marathon in 4 to 5 hours. It would be doable. And there would probably be some damage to my body in the process of doing that. And that's my belief. I believe that I would damage my body if I did that. And so I am going through various levels of training so that I can tune my body and have the confidence in my body and my ability to run that distance without doing damage. And that's the distinction. It's that belief in the people around me who are helping me, and belief in that I will complete this process so that I will get what I want. So how about the bigger things? What else am I not believing in? Where else am I doubting? And that's the question for me in my journal. But it's also a question for you this week. So this is my homework for you this week. You see, because belief is mindset. It's mindfulness and mindset. And they say in humanity, everything is created twice. The first, it has to be thought of, it has to be imagined. And second, it's then created from that thought, that imagination. Someone had to dream to go to the moon before anyone planned out how to get there. And that is the power of belief. When you believe something is possible, then anything is doable. It may not be quite the way you expected it, but it's still doable. So where are the gaps in your life? Where are the things in your life that you are not doing because you don't, and you want to do, should I say, and you're not doing because you don't believe you could yet? As I said, this podcast is littered with people who have all done great things because they believed they could. So where are the gaps in your life? Where is the places that you want to do, you want to go to? Where is the dreams that you had or have? And do you believe in them? Do you believe they are possible? So how do you get to have or want? No, how do you get to change those beliefs? Well, you've got two choices here in changing a belief. You do it intellectually, like I'm doing marathon training. You train for it. If you want to be an amazing copywriter, you take up the training to be an amazing copywriter. You write, you experience writing copy. And then someone tells you you're good, and then you start to believe it. What you can also do for that, of course, is you can write it down in affirmations. Use affirmations constantly. I am a world-class copywriter. I am a 3-hour marathon runner. Gosh, do I really want to do it in 3 hours? You know what I mean? You start stating this fact so that you can hear it. And you state it a lot. So it becomes such a strong, powerful driving force in you that you start to actually make it happen. Because when we believe we can, when we believe it is more than possible, it is already done, reality, the universe, circumstance, and our own bloody-minded willpower actually turns around and delivers the flipping thing. One of my things over the last few weeks was getting on podcasts. I wanted to be speaking on other people's podcasts. Actually, go back a little bit further than that. When I was in Toastmasters, one of the biggest struggles I had in Toastmasters is that although I could talk about stuff, I didn't have something to speak about that I was passionate with. I didn't believe I had anything of value to say. I started a podcast 3 years ago looking for answers. And over the last 6-7 months, I now believe I have something worth saying. I believe this podcast is of value. I believe what I have to say about the people I have spoken to is of value. And now that I believe that, and now that I'm ready for that, I'm getting invited to speak on podcasts because other people believe it too. And there's nothing better than supporting my belief is when other people believe me as well. So, what is it you dream? What is it you want? What is it you believe or don't believe about yourself? What is it you want to believe about yourself that would change your life? Start writing about it. Start exploring it. Find out what it is for you and then start living it. That's it for me this week. As I said, do check out Rich Morley's podcast. It's an amazing story of Tai Chi and the power of Tai Chi. I mean, we are talking Harry Potter stuff. It's definitely worth a listen to. It arrives on Wednesday. Do check out the website lifepassionandbusiness.com. Don't forget, there is a resources tab for you with lots of useful information. And all of the other shortcasts can be found on that site. As I say every week, if you've enjoyed this podcast, if you enjoy any podcast, please support your content creators with likes, shares and reviews, because it sustains and supports its ecosystem and helps people like yourself find good podcasts. So please lend us a hand. That's it from me. As always, thank you so much for your time and attention, and I'll catch you later. All the best.